I've talked in the past about how Luka creates efficiently, how he moves the defense, and how he reads the defense to create these open looks. Today, I'm going to talk about in particular how Luka manipulates the defense and maybe the second read, and how he fits perfectly with what's already guaranteed in the Lakers offense and how they built the offense to allow him to manipulate it so that he gets those open opportunities for himself or for teammates. Let's go. What the Lakers do is they really try and target this designated help defender. And the way they try and target them is we're going to call it by cutting. I like to say if your defender leaves you to go help, cut into open space. Unless you're a really good shooter on the perimeter, then it's kind of like that's fine. Okay, so we have defender here, defender here. Luka currently has 2 on the ball. So Zero's responsibility is to make sure this dude doesn't either have a 3 if he's a shooter, or more likely rolling to the rim, make sure he doesn't have an open look down here by simply getting in his way or contesting if you get there late, but ideally getting in his way beforehand. So Rui's like, okay, my dude is the help defender. What am I going to do? I'm simply going to cut, okay? It is extremely difficult for this dude to have eyes on Rudy and also have eyes on this dude out here on the perimeter. Unbelievably difficult. So what Luka does is like, okay, this dude's slightly out of position. He doesn't know the Rudy cut. He has no idea right now. And so Luka's like, okay, well, let's just get him to take one more step to give Rudy just a little bit more opening. So where is Luka looking right now? He is looking right out here to this dude, wants to say, okay, Zero, stay there, and or take a step this direction. But either way, don't realize that Rudy is actually lurking behind you while I throw it in there and make it so no one can get there in time. And frankly, it's a lack of communication on the defense, but it's a good concept of cutting into open space and let good players like Luka will find you. And the really nice thing about having Luka in this kind of offense, I talk about this with Jokic too, is if you simply have a lot of moving parts, like Luka's such a good player that he will find you and he will make openings for you essentially. Okay, we're going to have LeBron essentially come down. And so this is kind of a chaotic play. The defense is slightly outside of rotation. And this is actually a brilliant concept by Luka right here. But he's trying to make it so essentially this area is open. So LeBron's going to flow into the open area. Perfect, fantastic. And so this defender is probably a little bit mismatched, a little bit on the smaller side for LeBron, but then also kind of out of position where normally you'd want to be on the inside of this player. And so Luka's like, okay, I just got to find a way to get the ball either into LeBron and make sure, this defender still stays out here a little bit, but then this defender isn't like, he's not in a place where he can get a hand on it. And so what does he do? He pump fakes, Young defenders, a lot of defenders, period, they love to jump, man. They love to jump. Absolutely love it. And so he leaves his feet right here. And if you're in the air, what does that mean? That means now you can't jump for sure. So he leaves the feet, and Luka waits till he comes back down and then throws this ball right over the top. Kyrie's on the outside and smaller than LeBron, so he's not going to have the opportunity. But Luka manipulates the defense to create that opening. The second jump, you don't have the same height because you just return to the ground, and you get LeBron that opening with the defender on the outside is going to create a huge advantage. But then not only does Luka create the opening simply for other teammates that are cutting, but he also creates it for him with driving. So here you can see with the ball screen, he has Brook Lopez on him right here. And what does he notice? Like, there's no help defense, no help defense, no help defense. No one else is stepping up into the middle. And so Luka's going to have this huge opening. And so I don't really know what Morris's 3-point percentage is, but apparently he's enough to command respect on the outside. And so as Luka goes right here, he notices 1, there's no help defense. 2, Brook Lopez is the only thing between him and the basket. So how does he get rid of Brook Lopez? And the simplest way is, if Morris can shoot, I just get him to go out there with Morris. And how do you get him to go out there with Morris? You fake the pass either by looking with your eyes or moving with your body. And so as he takes 2 dribbles right here, just that slight little behind the back pump fake. Don't get me wrong, this would be a travel in about 60 years of the NBA, but they don't call it in today's day and age, so it's not Luka's fault for playing that way. And so Brook Lopez takes that slight step, thinks it's going to be a pass out there, and instead Luka simply drives to the rim and gets an uncontested layup because he was able to move the defense out of the way, either for his cuts or for his driving, simply moving the ball to create the openings and using your body language and or your eyes to sell it creates so much openings on the inside, and having these moving parts is what lets a player like Luka absolutely thrive because he sees the defense, understands the defense, and then manipulates the defense to create those openings. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe, but most importantly, have a blessed rest of your day.